All right. Good morning, guys. Haven't been doing a whole lot of YouTubing. At some point, I'm missing out on this here. I decided I think I was pooping yesterday, and I decided that I don't have to have a YouTube that has a bunch of really good information. I don't have to have a YouTube that shows us go really fast. I don't have to follow any of the premises of that. I can just film the things we do every day, and just for me, for the people. Maybe we can inspire somebody. Maybe we can. I'll do plenty of stuff. I've always been into fitness. Lately, I've been up about 10, 12 pounds from what I want to. Trying to lose it. Wife, we just had a baby. I didn't. I got to watch, but was there for the conception. It was pretty cool. Anyway, so we're trying to lose some weight, doing that stuff. Maybe I can give some tips. I used to have a degree for this. I don't know if it's relevant anymore. Anyway, so for now though, there's a race car back here and it's ready to go. Hope so. We're gonna do our next race. We're gonna go to US Street in Bradenton, but the weather looked like dog crap. It's a really long drive with a baby and my 73-year-old mother. And that's a tough trip if it's gonna be cold and rainy and disgusting, and it costs lots and lots of money. I also have 7 children now, something like that. I don't know. Once you get past 4, you stop counting. You just kind of like, get away. Anyway, so I didn't want to spend that money after Christmas. It wasn't worth it. If I got to go down there and test Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday qualifiers, that made it very worth it. Anyway, so our next race, Lights Out. Lights Out's awesome. The only race that compares to Lights Out, other than No Mercy, which is just like the mirror image of it in October, which we don't usually go to that one because World Cup's so close, is World Cup. World Cup is like up here, and Lights Out is like just a little bit lower. Maybe we'll feel differently with the big motor in the car. We've been a bunch of times. We took the 4-cylinder. We've run no time. We run LDR. They stuck us in LDR because John Sears hates me with the 4-cylinder in the car because we had 2 turbos. And there's no single turbos in X275. That's what he said. Your choice. Those are his words. Your choice, Jarvis. I said, cool. All right, well, whatever. We've qualified all but one time we went like 6 times. So we did okay. A lot of hard work there last year. This is the event last year where I broke the K. Didn't really break blocks prior to this event last year. And we broke technically 3. We only owned 2. We broke 2, welded 1 back together, rebuilt it, went out and qualified, and then broke it in round 1 because, well, I leaked all the wool out of it because my oil pan was so beat up. So this year, I'm trying not to do that. That would be goal number 1. We are going to run limited drag radial, LDR, because I did not want to put a single turbo on the car. The reason for that is last year I have a lot of unfinished business with the twins on it. They're very pretty. Anyway, didn't want to make a change yet. The car went, so we had fuel, to backtrack, we had fuel pressure issues. We put the LS in the car, I think in July. We were trying to make Indy STT was my goal. Missed it by a day. Ended up doing LS Fest. Had a good time everywhere, but the car was always really hit and miss. It was putting a bunch of fuel and oil in the trunk and in the catch tank. Couldn't really figure out why. Well, it turns out, I was using the Waterman Mini Bertha 13-gallon pump I had on the K, and it just the car was really fast at 25 pounds, but as you turned it up past that, it started to struggle and act weird. EGTs were all over the place. Everything was crazy. So basically, it looked like my injectors were maxed, so I bumped fuel pressure to try to run them harder, and when I would do that, it would get worse. And so eventually, we were all the way at World Cup from July because I'm retarded. That's why. It's because I'm retarded. I'm sitting there at World Cup and I'm like, the pump's too small. That's the problem. The pump's too small. And so a really good buddy at Fuel Tech overnight, make some sort of a pump or sell some sort of pump now. So he overnighted one, got it on the car for the first qualifier, went out and went 703 the next pass. Butter. Had the boost down. I had everything turned down so that I could, basically so I wouldn't hatch it if I was way off on the tune because we just changed, the fuel pump. So basically, the next pass was a 690. So the second pass with the car right was a 698. We were also, it was 350 rear gear, didn't want to rev it out too far, so it was riding the limiter for a second and a half. Awesome. went really well. Ended up wheeling the last qualifier we were going to get, and then turned the car up on the round 1 against Kimbo, the GTR, and misfired, wheelied, misfired, everything went crap. Anyway, so lots of unfinished business. The car's really fast. It only went a 455 at 168 in the 8th on the 690 pass. 168 miles an hour on a 124 60 foot. We've been on 108. So I'd like to put all that together before we make any major changes. So LDR it is. And those guys, usually there's a bunch of 3-second cars. But I don't know. I don't know what this thing can do. These are the turbos. I think Brett LaSala went 4.0s with these turbos on his car, which he's not. He doesn't count. He's crazy. He does cool stuff. We don't do that cool stuff, but maybe we can. No drag and drives, though. Not yet. That's my wife's car. So anyway, this thing will rattle. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Things will start falling off. Anyway, so we are going to run LDR, see how she does. Basically just try to go as fast as possible. We're going to try to get there Monday. They're forecasting snow here for the week before, for a couple days before, so got to get it in the trailer early, get it turned around so we don't get stuck in the snow or anything super lame. But that's basically the gist of the next goal. After that, I think we're going to do streetcar bragging rights and stuff. If everything goes well, lights out, we don't have any accidents or anything stupid. Yeah, it happens. Goal-wise, I have no idea. I personally think that it'll get in the 430s pretty easily. It seems like it on paper anyway. I would really like to go in the teens. I'm going to be honest with you. I would really like to get decently up that list of the fastest LS powered cars. Somewhere mid-14s would be really cool. Not at this event. We got to put some time in. That's just how it works. But I do know the chassis really well. So, and it's way easier to drive. I keep getting asked that, is the car harder to drive now? And it's so much easier to deal with everywhere in all the things. Like the wheelies are easier to manage. The car drives straighter. I don't have any idea how, but it all works really, really well. So since I've talked a lot now for 7 minutes or so, I want to go over everything that's on the car, changes or anything like that, so you guys can see what we run and why. There is a lot of this, and there is one of the, can you see that circled D specialties? I didn't mean to put this on today. It just kind of happened that I was doing this. So yeah. All right, well, let's do this. Apparently I got a spot on my camera there that I cannot get to remove, but here we are. I'll blur that turbo out. That's what we're doing. Some tricky stuff. Anyway, so really the only changes from World Cup this year, I wanted to add, we needed a new G meter because ours had failed. So we did that, second wideband, because we were just running off of the bank, that guy. But these are, so the rundown of the setup is, this is a Dart LS Next, 4-inch stroke, 4/125 bore, block, half filled, Monster M311 heads. We do have the Inconel exhaust valves and tie intakes. I tulipped some valves. Some of you guys think that's funny. Tulipped the intake valves at US 60 the week before World Cup, so that was pretty cool to have to deal with. But twin 7685s, they're next gens. They were Gen 1s last year. They're next gens. We swapped them out at World Cup. We did some powder coating to this. Fuel tank vent got a little bit fancier. We do have a heater where we heat the oil. Look at all the holes. That's all the different setups that have been on this thing, and weight holes and such. We have these beautiful Turbo Smart gates, one on each side. I didn't bother cleaning it up any for this video, by the way. It's just a dirty race car. I used to have a air oil separator over in that corner over there, and I really never liked it. I never liked the idea of any oil being able to get on anything up here. So everything's just ran straight to the trunk now. Whatever. So it'll be all right. Somehow Motion sent me a front plate that was machined. It must have been the end of the block because I got all the writing. We're going to powder coat that too. These things are really nice though. The V-bands and the throttle bodies are super nice. We do run a Power Glide, 9-inch rear. Our 8th mile gear is a 389. There's that pump that Garrett got us down there. And that's the motion kit for that. This thing's nice too, super nice. We do not run the factory LS crank trigger. We run this MST guy down here. I made these headers. They were not fun to make, but they do work. And I decided to run the pipes on the outside because I thought it looked really slick and it got them out of the way. So there's that. And they really don't need much taken off to get the engine out and such. But that's basically the setup. CO2 ended up adding AN lines for most of it. We do have 2 foot of pneumatic line on the inside to prove it's not nitrous. That way everybody knows we're not cheaters. These sweet. Love these blow-off valves. They do have a weird vacuum on setup, as I should have just added a T when I had the intake manifold off last time, but we share, the 2 blow-off valves share pressure. So got the regulator mounted to the fuel cell there. That's my little drain guy. We put pump gas back in it between events to help pickle the injectors and make them decent. I am open to any criticism. If you guys have any ideas or anything you don't like, or something you've seen on another car you like better, something I could do better, I'm totally cool with that. Keep in mind, I weld all this stuff. That's why it looks like janky crap. Most of it's scraps. I actually tried to make sure I used a piece of each setup on the car. That's why some of the metal looks different than other pieces. I tried to make sure that I recycled as much as I could to kind of keep the soul of the car alive. We do got our EGTs, and inside the car's trashed right now. We've been doing some wiring and stuff. There's a parachute in the floor, my helmet. Really good to have the fuel funnel dumping into your helmet. Keypad, motion shifter, blah, 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 blah. That's a rough rundown of everything. Power Glide Trans Circle D. It's like a 252 millimeter converter or something like that. I forgot. I don't know. It's like a 10-inch, I think. This is a sweet thing from Motion too. That guy right there. I never did wire up. See them wires that are rolled back right there. My scramble. We don't need those scrambles here. We just went max all the time. 2 wide bands with zip ties holding them on. Yep. Yeah, that's her. Belts are legal. John Sears checked everything. Be all right. All right, guys. I think that might be it. Anything else you guys want to see or know? Holla. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to it. Hopefully I can make y'all's life better. Make y'all learn something. Make y'all entertained. God bless y'all. See you.